Yeah, you're here for part 3 in the broadcast podcast. We're here tonight. It's Funky 55 and the fantasy of the fix. That's almost a tongue twister there. Funky 55 and the fantasy of the fix. We've been hearing about those fixes all week. So we got Irvin Seabrook, Berkeley High School class of 1983, wide receiver, never missed nothing, state championship team. And from down there in Georgia, what got flipped blue. You know about Georgia. Y'all know what's going on with Georgia. We got my man Ricardo Roberts representing Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. Cardo said, Tampa Bay, we will give you a look. We're going to give it up for Irvin and for Ricardo starting off. Absolutely got my brothers here. So we're going to be talking a little bit of football today, but I'm going to go ahead and drop this promo on you, man. After I drop this promo, we'll get back and we're going to talk about Funky 55 and the fantasy of the fix. Man, you see that last picture, that Dallas Cowboy picture?
Listen, man, that intro was on fire right there, Ricardo. Who teaching this young man how to do all this stuff on social media? I'm making it happen, bro. You're making it happen over here, man.
Well, listen.
Got my picture of me in my New York life suit. Look at him.
On,
right
here. I got you covered. Listen, I'm the closest thing you got to Spike Lee, man. I got you covered, man.
Hey, if you only knew where we at today compared to me and his first conversation and what it was about, Irvin, I'm proud of. I'm proud of.
Man, listen, that's right. Listen, you're right. Hey, I'll tell you what. Now that brother really gave me motivation, and I was computer illiterate altogether. I didn't want to touch a computer system, man. Cardo can sell ice to Escobar, man. Had me walking around there feeling like Bill Gates after a while. Couldn't tell me that. Well, got some glasses walking around. Had me feel like Bill Gates, bro. But hey, listen, we're here tonight, man. We're talking about those world champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let me tell you, Irvin teach me a lot. Irvin Seabrook has taught me a lot. Because let me tell you about sportsmanship. I was one of them dudes, man. I didn't want to celebrate nobody else if Dallas didn't win. I want everybody to be sad, miserable, because I was sad, miserable. See, like my team always had a country song, you know, the dog leave you, the woman leave you. You know, if you play it backwards, they say if you play it backwards, everything will come back to you. You get your house back, your woman back, you know, your dog will come back to you. But then I learned to celebrate other people, and man, the Bucks had a serious lights out, a defensive, a physical game, man. Physical game. And so we're here tonight because one, we gonna refute all these myths, man. Was it Bigfoot? Was it the aliens? You know, did Jimmy Hoffa come back and get up there in the box and make some calls? Yeah, we have, man. We're gonna refute all that, man. We're gonna talk football, X's and O's. And before we get started, man, just gonna read you a couple things because we got some people coming in. I asked the question on Facebook today: why do you believe the Super Bowl was rigged? So we got Burnett Brown from the B Spot. She's supposed to be joining us soon. Burnett says, at the end of the day, it's always about the money. The Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl and then suddenly played their worst game of the season just because I think not. I think it was rigged. All right. So then we had Joetta Buford. And Joetta Buford comes in. She says, things continuing from 2020. That's why. Oh, 2020. Well, 2020 had to do with now preparation for the game. David S. Thompson, my boy from Georgia, out there working that. David, you a bad man too. If you're watching this, David was out there knocking on them doors and making sure Georgia got flipped blue, not once but twice. David, you ain't no joke, boy. You used to make the mic smoke. David said the Bucks won, the Chiefs lost. End of the story. My homeboy Barry Dingle from out there across South Carolina. Barry Dingle says, somebody trying to call me, man. Don't call me now, but sure. Barry Dingle says, scam all the way. All sports becoming about the money. So my aunt Mary Darley is so funny. She's hilarious. That's the bread lady. And I'm Mary Jane. If you're watching this show, please make a red velvet cake. Let the Lord use you. You know, I'm about to blow away. You can look at me and tell I'm skin and bones. Go ahead and make your nephew a red velvet cake. Don't worry about the rest of them. I was the first. I was the original. That's right. Mary says, oh boy, first it was the election. Now it's the Super Bowl. Rigged. The hated word from 2020 lives again. So yeah, I had one guy talking about why it was rigged on Twitter. And one of the last things he said in his riggedness, he said it was I forgot what kind of ring he called it, but then he said, and then two offensive linemen were hurt. So I guess now I know that man tore his Achilles and it was all a part of the rig. So now I understand it was all a part of the fix. He tore his Achilles, so it was a part of the fix. So Irvin and Cardo, you said last show when you were on, you said that pressure on Brady and taking away the short pass would be the key. You also mentioned, and I gotta say what Irvin said, because man, Irvin, I put it on. I ran it on the video last time. You said, "How about this? KC lost not because the game was rigged, but because they wouldn't adjust to what was being given to them. They should have run the ball against that defense and have longer drives because they couldn't throw the ball deep. How do you rig a football game? You know how many people would have to be involved in that." So we're gonna go and we're gonna talk about the keys of the game. The keys of the game. Irv, what did Kansas City do wrong?
Well, Kansas City played for the big show, like they wanted to be like the Golden State Warriors with all the 3-point shots, instead of taking the 2-point shot inside the paint that people don't like to shoot no more. So, and what I mean by that, I mean, when you look at it, game 1, game 2, Kansas City scored 21 points in the first quarter of the first game. The next 7 quarters, Tampa Bay outscored Kansas City 55-9. And in one of the words, my boy Country Wayne, let that sizzle in your spirit.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
You know what I'm saying? So Tampa Bay made the adjustments to what they were doing against them. So they took away, and all week people were talking about what can they take away? They took away the deep throw. My man had 207 yards receiving in the first quarter, and the next 7 quarters he only had 80 yards receiving, and he got 50 of that at the end of the fourth quarter when the game was already won. So they took away Tyreek over the top, and the safeties were 25 yards off the ball. That's 5 yards in a cloud of dust football to me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the old school. That's Gerald Moody. Let's get in the veil. Let's David Barnett. We're going to get this 43 veil to you. Let's go 8 plays, 9 plays, 10 plays, 11-minute drive. I don't care if the score 13-10. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. I don't want to get in a shootout. Tom Brady only threw the ball 6 times in the second half. So Kansas City never, even when they came out in the third quarter and they ran the ball 4 of the first 5 plays, and got down the field. When they got down the field, what they started trying to do again? Throw the ball. Now the field is condensed. So the tight end had 132 yards receiving, but they were 8 yards, 10 yards. They didn't give up the 40-yard play like they did in the first game. And then Kansas City Tampa Bay I'm gonna smack you in your mouth and see if you're gonna fight back. And Kansas City wouldn't fight back. See, when you don't fight back, you start saying stuff like, and I understand because I officiate sports, the referees, and I'll give it to them. I questioned 3 of those 5 calls in the first half. 3 of them. The interference in the end zone, the interception play when, for whatever reason, she threw a holding on the wide receiver that wasn't even involved in the play. And I still thought that was incidental contact on the long interference play right before halftime. But Andy Reid shouldn't have called timeout. He was getting the ball back. So why would you even call timeout to give him a chance to even run that play? They were going to hand they hand the ball off on first down. They were going to hand the ball off again. He called timeout. They threw the first down play. Oh, now we at the 48. The week before, we threw one to Scotty Miller on Green Bay right before halftime. Let's put Mike out there. Oh, we in 1-on-1 coverage. Hey, we got him. You know what I'm saying? So Kansas City just didn't. I don't understand I just don't understand their whole mindset about how they try to play this game. They got out physical. And I didn't think that offensive line was going to be that bad, but boy, they were atrocious. That was some bad offensive play football right there.
It was. Before we get to you, Cardo, we got 3 people chiming in. We got my boy Tyrone Simmons from Berkeley High School. First, Tyrone says, "Boy, you crazy." Yeah, I am crazy, Tyrone. I'm a nut, boy. Certifiable. Then Tyrone says, Tyrone football pedigree coming out now. Tyrone says they were in cover 2 with deep safeties. You have to run the ball. Absolutely.
Not deep safeties. Deep safeties.
Absolutely. And then Fadi Bogroll says interesting. And yeah, absolutely. You're right, Tyrone. So we're gonna get to the man now. I thought I was getting ready to MC and rap. I was gonna say, and Ricardo, my man, get on the mic, give us Ricardo, man. Tell us what did Kansas City do wrong, man? What did they do wrong?
Well, I got a few things, man. First, hey, Mr. Irvin was right on point, man. That's a bad man. It sounds like he's still watching the game while we talking, man. The way he called that stuff out, man.
Look here, man. We got experts on there, man.
Yeah, he's soft, man.
X's and O's, man.
Well, he's soft as a razor, man. But get back to those cheese. Getting back to the cheese. I think A1, and this coming from not from a Bucks fan, but a fan of football. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, so to speak. Being a Bucks fan, I had a lot of quarterbacks I had to defend. So this year, defending Tom Brady, believe it or not, was tougher than defending Josh Freeman. You know what I mean? Can you see how crazy I am in the barbershop talking about Josh Freeman finna win us a championship? But I had to do it. But for some reason, they doubted me more.
Yeah, you was crazy for that one. You was crazy for that one. Yeah, Ricardo. If you were rooting for Josh Freeman, you're a real Tampa Bay fan, my friend.
Hey, Sean King too. I thought Sean King was the next best thing.
but you know our homeboy was on that team with Sean King from Georgia Tech that should have gotten a chance.
Who that?
Should have won the Heisman too, from Macedonia. Come on, Cornell. You know what I'm talking about. Think about it. Play basketball and football in Macedonia. Played for Georgia Tech. Joe Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a backup on that team.
Joe Hamilton. Beast,
Joe never got a shot.
Okay.
He got a ring though, but he never got a shot.
Yeah.
Never got a shot.
But get back. They was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Getting back to Irvin points where he was dialing in about how much the Chief has been outscored since Mr. Hill was backflipping, throwing up the peace signs. What it is it's one thing to beat a man in sports, but it's another thing to beat him and talk that trash while you're beating him. Do you realize Tampa hasn't lost a game since they lost to the Chiefs? That's how much of humble pie the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill first quarter gave Tampa. Second of all, Mike Tyson said it best, Mr. Cornell. Everybody got a plan until you get hit in the face. Huh? See, the thing is, hey, and to be honest, what the Chiefs was able to do throughout the last 2 seasons, like they went on like a 25-6, streak. It's hard to win 25 games straight playing Madden in 25-6. You know what I'm saying? A video, like, and he playing the real NFL. Like, that's how tough that is. So, not to throw that on them, but like Irvin was saying, they went into the game with a certain sense of arrogance. They can't stop
bully
us.
You.
Yeah,
they can't stop bully. Us. You got to fight them back.
They can't stop
bullies. Don't fight back. Bullies don't fight back when they get in their ass.
Yeah, we got Kelsey, we got Sammy, we got this whole lineup, man. And Tom Brady, I heard a person say this: you don't pay him for what he do on Sunday. You pay him for what he do Monday through Friday. He gave us a swagger that Kevin Durant gave Golden State. You understand what I'm saying? That LeBron gave that Heat team. Where you got people like you were just saying, Scott and Miller line, thinking they believe with less than 10 plays in a game. You understand?
That's right.
Jameis Winston didn't have that. And that's what happened. Tom Brady, he bought that sense of winning. And what the Chiefs just couldn't do is they just weren't ready for it. I mean, that's the GOAT. In order to beat Tom Brady, it would have had to be somebody who been in the league on that level, as in a Peyton Manning or somebody like that. But Mahomes, I love him to death. He got natural skill, but Tom beat him here.
Absolutely. He did. You're right. That y'all guys broke it down. We got Junior Duncan in the building. Junior Duncan, he said he lets us know he's in the building. The Tyrone Simmons said, Duncan, what's happening? And then Junior said, chillin' Ty, how you, bro?
and tell them they got to get their own channel or get the link and come on in.
The Tyrone said, everything good, trying to stay safe. And then Junior says, and then Tyrone said, Joe Hamilton. So he answered the question. And yeah, you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. We're glad to have Junior and Ty with us, man. But you absolutely right. I think that they look past Tampa Bay, because we had Hardrick Portier on the show last week. Herb, here comes Junior. Junior said, shush, Herb.
No, Junior. Hardrick said, I think I'm gonna quote him right when I said this. He said Kansas City was going to win 15 straight. Am I wrong?
15 years. He said the next 15 years. And I don't usually, I don't interrupt people when they're talking, man, because they coming on the show. But I had to stop on that show and I had to say 15 years. I had to check from under the tree. I said, you 15? I said, come on, man. I said, you know how hard it is to get the Super Bowl, and I really believe that they look past, because I know the world. It kind of gave them stuff to put on their board,
Right.
The world looked past Tampa Bay. But we were sitting back, and I couldn't name one player on Tampa Bay's defense. But doggone if I can't name some of them now. One name I won't forget: Antoine Winfield. I remember that name, because let me tell you,
31.
Oh, I remember that name. Winfield went and he got a phony penalty because he put the peace sign up. When he caught that interception, he gave him that peace sign back. And I was trying to figure out what does that mean, because I didn't see the last game.
Yeah, but see, no,
I didn't know that
trademark. That's what he do when he smoke you.
Yeah,
he throw up the deuces to tell you he gone.
Yeah,
he got somewhere to be.
That first game.
Yeah, he got reservation for 6. That's what them deuces mean. I got reservations. I'm out. But hey, that's one thing that defense did that I don't think they get enough credit for. That defense held the great Mahomes without a touchdown. They had him running for his life the whole game. Like literally. Like me as a Bucks fan, I betted a Chiefs fan on the game, you know, just a gentleman's bet, you know, a few dollars, not major.
Yeah.
But the kid had so much swagger that he wanted to, coming into the game the second week, up the rate, up the bet. I said, young man, I don't want to do that because y'all don't have both of y'all tackles. And I feel like that's taken from a baby. Like, do you understand that? Oh, no, man. Oh, no, this is Andy Reid. This is Andy Reid. That's all I kept hearing from a true Chiefs fan. Do you understand what he do with 2 weeks of preparation? Again, everybody has a plan until they get hit in that mouth. When Mahomes looked up and seen Shaq Barrett in his face every down, when he seen White coming at him, man, one play they blitzed both corners. I ain't never even seen that in my life.
We mentioned down the last show. We said those things that they were going to have to do. Irv said they were going to have to they have to make sure that Mahomes couldn't read what the defense was bringing. They had to show him one thing, and they did an excellent job with that. They did an excellent job with that, man. And he said they had to stop Kelsey's route. And you look at it, talk about it. Kelsey had 15 targets. He caught 10 passes for 133 yards. That's a good day. You know, when you start talking about tight ends, that's a good day. But no end zone. But
to be fair, the Chiefs dropped a lot of amazing plays. Mahomes was able to create, you know, because I'm sitting back watching like, how did he even get that off? Man, he'll pump fake it and make the lineman lean one way, and you would just see them just give up on the play. Like, man, that little kid just got me. The kid is bad. But one thing Brady, I think he brought from all those years of sitting in those study rooms with Belichick and those player meeting rooms and those prep sessions. Your best player is not finna beat us. Somebody else finna become a superstar tonight, i.e. how Tyreek Hill became a superstar in that Giants Super Bowl. It's not going to be your main star. If you come in here and you like to run it, we're going to stop that. Throw the ball on us. Like Irvin said, they want to beat us with the over top. Give them 30 yards. We finna back up 30 yards. Anything under 30 y'all can have.
That's right.
Do you have the ego now to take it? See, they young. See, you know, them young boys, like an old man once said on the movie Colors, talking about the sheep and the bull.
Yeah.
He said, 2 bulls at the top of the hill. He said, the young boy, the young great bull say, man, let's run down there and get one of those bulls. Man, that old bull named Tom Brady say, why run down there and get one when you can walk down there and get 7?
That's right. That's right. That's a good analogy, brother. I like the way you cleaned it up too. You made it PG. I appreciate that.
It's PG-13, man. It's PG-13, man.
I appreciate that. You had Sean Penn. You had Sean Penn there. Sean Penn, who I forgot the guy's name, Duvall. Yeah, but I appreciate
Robert
that.
Robert
Duvall. And we had Junior Duncan chime in. He's still talking trash. He said, "Look where that's coming from, Herb." And then Junior says, "I told Corns to stop, invite them on the show." So Junior says, "Junior, I gotta have somebody on the show. He's an expert, Junior. I gotta have somebody on the show." But yeah, you're right, man. You're absolutely right. I watched it, and it's like they baited him. They baited him because he was going for the deep ball just about every time, and instead of just settling down 5-yard shots.
But they ran no screen plays.
No screens.
They ran nothing short to Tyreek, nothing short, nothing out of the backfield to the running backs. And if you go back and look at the stat line, when they took Tyreek away and Kelsey had his 10, 11 catches, how many receptions did the other receivers have? I can remember maybe one. Hardeman didn't have a good game. Number 11, Robinson couldn't catch a cold in Alaska.
Did Sammy Watkins even play?
14-8. I think he played where he was on the field. So
yeah, I mean, I'm just being funny. He wasn't. You know what I mean? We didn't see him. We just didn't see him.
Yeah, right. And that's Sammy Watkins. You know what I'm saying?
So,
that's Sammy Watkins.
So when they realized they couldn't block the defensive front for Tampa, they should have immediately gone to a short passing game. But they wouldn't take. They didn't want to take the 10 play 8, 9, 10 minute time, 8, 9, 10 minute drive. They didn't want to
them
take
young boys don't like putting in hard work. You know, them young boys want everything on the fly and flashy. You know what I'm saying? That's how they like it. You know what I mean? They want to get out there and jizzle dazzle on you.
And Junior did mention that Watkins was hurting. Yeah, Sammy Watkins was hurt.
He played. If he played, he wasn't hurt. If he played, he was injured. He got on the field. And they talked about it all week. So
yeah,
I mean,
you know, Antonio sat out and he came out and had, you know, one of his best Tampa Bay games. You know.
Yeah, because you can put whatever's hurt, you can put it up for the rest of the season and look at that ring. Absolutely, you can think about you being the world champion. So now let me ask a question. Now we talked about what Kansas City did wrong. What did Tampa Bay do right?
They ran the ball. They kept that exclusive offense off the field. You manage that clock, and your defense show up just a little bit. In which that night, the defense showed up. They gave them more than a little bit. They had a point to prove. I mean, the way, man, it's one of them hits. Well, I don't know who it is, kind of went low, and Sue kind of just pushed Mahomes like that. Man, I thought he wasn't gonna get up, and I was like, funny. Whoa, man. And like you said, once you get up, and just like Irvin was speaking, Tom Brady threw the ball 6 times in the second half. He understands once you get up and you can let your front four rush off to the quarterback and have a field day, and you drop everybody else back, eyes on the quarterback, you'll have a good day. Hey, and a good Tampa Bay friend of mine told me, he said, do you realize we picked off every quarterback in the playoffs?
They did.
Well, not only that, but look who you beat. The number 1 seed, you beat the number 2 seed, and you beat the number 1 seed.
Great defense
of the AFC. I mean, you couldn't have a better playoff run than that.
And to put the icing on the cake, the first team to ever win the Super Bowl as the host.
Oh, there we go.
But you know, I'm gonna tell you though, I gave you guys the edge for that. And I was saying that I gave y'all the edge for that because I said they know the field. You know the field, man. You know your field. There's nothing, they ain't gonna be, the grass ain't gonna get you, the turf ain't gonna get you, whatever it is you play on, you know your field. And so, like Junior Dunk was saying, man, Andy Reid had 2 weeks to make a game plan. But evidently, and if Andy Reid had to play them next week, he'll probably have a much more elaborate game plan. But those two offensive linemen really, really hurt him because what was it? Mahomes was under pressure, 27 of 56 dropbacks. That's 48% of the time he was under pressure. Hodrick came on here and said, Mahomes lives under pressure. He loves pressure. But listen, the old man said at the barbershop, and I'll say it again, pressure busts pipes, Bubba. And listen, that you get the right pressure, because I saw one time they twisted him like a pretzel, and he still threw the ball. And somebody said,
I don't even know how he made it out of that one.
I don't know.
When he got that three ham sandwich he got.
Oh, I thought he was done. He got up, he walked off. He tough now, but he was limping now. But hey, I think that would have been the time when I said, hey, go ahead and take me out, coach. Go ahead, put that back up. But he was hurt, bro. He was hurt. Now I said, them boys stick him down there now. He's tough. He's a
living it all again.
Yeah, he's a gladiator, but you know,
yeah, he is.
Said,
that's a tough kid.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, but Hodrick Push, not going to be there the next 15 years though. He's to make.
Hey, I just would love to have been a fly on the wall. Brady was saying, I cannot lose to this kid. I bet that's what he was telling them. Y'all better not let me lose to this kid. I ain't going out like that. Andy Reid didn't plan for Gronk. Because Gronk ain't really, he was just getting back into shape, due to COVID, no real preseason, no real OTAs, no real, they ran him off the high school field when they tried to get out there and do that. So, it took him a while to get back into, football shape. But boy, he came through at the right time, man. It looked like we was watching New England again, but
he threw to
it was in Tampa. Yeah. Yeah, he threw to all his former he threw to all his touchdowns to his former patrons,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He look out for his people. Now, I never see
But that was a shot at Belichick for running all of them off.
Oh yeah, Belichick. Yeah, Belichick. Don't worry, Belichick was doing some heavy drinking that night. Believe me, he was doing some heavy drinking that night. Absolutely, he was watching the Super Bowl. I know he doesn't know how it feels to sit home and watch it. He was watching it, boy. Tom was out there in the sunshine, Tampa Bay. Yeah, he was watching it. But Irv, what would have been if you were Andy Reid? What would have been your first, your first 5 plays? What would have been your first 5 plays when you came in there?
Of the game?
Of the game.
Now there's conservative Irv that would have ran the ball, and then there's I probably would have came the first play of the game probably would have been play action across the middle. Let's see what they're doing right now. But if once I would have saw them safeties 30 yards off the ball, I got to run the football, man. I got to bring him back in the game. You bring him back in the game, now you can try to get back over the top. But they never brought him back in the game. Never even tried. And then once you saw that your lineman could not block those ends, you had to change that 7-stop drop. They didn't run no quick slants. They didn't run any of the jet sweep stuff to try to keep them off balance. I mean, they it's like, and I guess this is where your theories are coming about some of the plays that they called that you didn't see them call that they called during the season. I just don't understand it because against Buffalo early in the year, they ran the ball for 240 yards because Buffalo kind of played that same defense. I didn't get it, man. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it, and it pissed me off because I wanted to see a really, really good Super Bowl. And in the second half, it was high school 2A football to me, 3A football to me. I mean, no completions, no touchdowns, no, everything was field goal. If you played the squares and you had the 1 and the 6, you won the third and the fourth quarter because there wasn't no scoring. I mean, I'm just hurt because the game was amped up. Everybody, we all thought the game was going to be 40-37.
Yeah,
we thought Mahomes was going to throw for 500. Brady was going to throw for 400. Whoever got the ball last was going to win the game. That's what everybody thought. I was
nervous. Yeah, I was nervous coming into the game, to be honest. I was truly nervous. I thought, but to be honest, like you say, as a real Bucs fan, to really be alive to see both our Super Bowls and just to throw a little sneak diss in there, both of them was blowouts. Oh man, I'm on top of the world right now, man. Like,
well, you stole 3 down. You stole 3 down,
and it's looking good for next year.
You stole 3 down. You stole 3 down. If we can get out, wanted to get out of the way, and hire some football people and bring our quarterback back. We're gonna be okay, but he won't get out the way.
They gotta buy anybody that's listening to this. We want you to send some money in because we gotta try to pay Dak Prescott. We gonna be on the low end though. We ain't gonna get nowhere near $1 million, but if we can get like probably about a good $1,045, that might touch his heart. He might stay with the Cowboys. But boy, they better pay Dak. But we had Junior Duncan. Junior said first he said, "Stop it, Irv." Then Junior said he was hurt too. I forgot who he was talking about. Junior said, "Irv, I think Kellen Moore was calling the Chiefs offense." He probably was. Boy, Kellen Moore, horrible.
No, he didn't call a double reverse from the 5, so he wasn't calling.
That's the stupidest play. Horrible play calling. The kind of play callers make you not want to watch football. And see,
that cat ran the reverse 3 times in one half early this year. I couldn't believe it, man.
Who's that gonna surprise? Where's the element of surprise? I see you do it one time. You do it. Big one. Big one against
we ran. I saw the Philly special with Dak, and we scored. Dak get hurt. So the next week we come back with a backup quarterback and try to run the same play with the backup. Oh man, what is this guy doing?
We're gonna get him midtime. We're gonna get him midtime.
Head coach. Got a bump for head coach, but I just ain't gonna bring all my dirty laundry out. But Irv, tell that story, man. Ricardo wasn't on the last show about Fournette.
Oh yeah, I coached youth football for years, and when I first started coaching in Georgia, we had what they call age and weight appropriated teams. So I had a 135-pound, 12-year-old team. We were undefeated the whole year, won a championship, all that good stuff. Played in the Turkey Bowl in Atlanta.
Okay.
And a team from New Orleans came down, the New Orleans All-Star team. Well, they were unlimited. So they had 12-year-old linemen that were 240. Now we got linemen at 135 pounds.
Because the age limit.
Their tailback was Leonard Fournette.
That kid.
And Fournette was coming through there. They ran a pro style I formation, was coming through that hole on the lead play. My little 135-pound cornerbacks were coming up there, and it was no answers for him. None. Zero. Just straight. I'm gonna keep going.
Tell him how much Fournette weighed.
Huh? You just see the safety running behind him.
Tell him
he was 180. He was 180-yard tailback at 12.
At 12
pounds at 12 years old.
Hey, I ain't been 180 pounds, and I'm a grown man. I ain't seen 180 yet.
Yeah, man. He was something that it was something to behold. It was something to behold.
Hey, but they say that special man upstairs don't make no mistakes. He had to go pro because that mama couldn't feed him too much longer, man.
Not regular money. Not regular money. Not regular people money. He'll probably eat a whole cornbread. But he from New Orleans, man. You know they eat good down there now. That's not New Orleans. That's Norleans. They eat good down there, boy. They love me. When they see a fat man coming, they love me because they figure I can get down with them. They ain't messing with those people down there in New Orleans. Me and her, if you come through there, you gotta have a lot of charm, boy. They ain't messing with you, boy. They said he don't eat enough. You don't know what good. You don't know that good food. But I wanted Irvin to tell that story because Irv, it was almost as if that 180-pound tailback was playing against Kansas City on Sunday. They could never adjust. Fournette had his way. What should they have done differently?
There was nothing they could do. They didn't want to fight.
Yeah.
They didn't want to fight. And the reason I say they didn't want to fight, when you start getting 15-yard penalties after the plays are over because you're getting your behind whooped, you ain't trying to fight. You gotta win in the trenches. They never won in the trenches. I mean, Ronald Jones probably could have had 100 yards rushing if they'd have given him the ball more as well, because he had some good. As a matter of fact, he had the first really good one before Fournette started going off. But you know, grown man football is determination and will. If your heart ain't in it, and once they got behind, they realized, man, listen. If it wasn't for the pandemic, they probably would have been down on the strip after the game at the local shoe shop, celebrating the fact that they were 13-2 for the year, because there was no fight in that game. You can see them on the sideline, man. They just sitting down there with the head down in the second half. They didn't have a chance.
Buffalo was a physical team all year. Buffalo had a good run game, a stable, good run game. And they stopped all that. Buffalo made it that far being physical. They weren't a more finesse team. They was a physical team. They had a great receiver, a quarterback who can, create his own plays sometimes. So the way they shut that down, I knew they was going to give us trouble. And, yeah, that same defense ain't show up. Not at all.
Once your coach got out of the way and quit trying to make Tom into Jameis.
Yeah.
And he let Tom start doing his thing with the let's go short pass and we go over the top after that Kansas City loss.
Monday through Friday.
Once he got out of the way and let Byron and Tom work together, it was on.
Yeah.
It was on. That sometimes you gotta check your ego at the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you gotta check your ego at the door. And I don't care how long you've been coaching, if you got somebody that can help you win, that's why you have assistant coaches. Let them do their job.
Exactly.
Your job is to manage the team. That's why you have assistant coaches. assistant coaches do one or two things. They become problems with your team because they're trying to stab you in the back, or they help you grow and win. And that's what he did with Byron Leftwich, with the defense coordinator. What's his name?
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles. Yeah, Todd Bowles. Them guys had his back, and they came together as a team after that KC loss. They came together as a team, and they were interviewing Chris Goodwin today, and Chris was like, "Man, the whole week, every morning we woke up, Tom had texted us, we're gonna win Sunday. We're gonna win Sunday the whole week, and even Sunday morning before the Super Bowl, Tom texted him, didn't say nothing about X and O's. All he said was, "We gonna win tonight." One sentence, 4 words, mindset. Let's go get her.
And I saw them out there, man, and they were really physical. They were hitting hard. And so, you know, we've been talking about the game. So now let's talk about what's going on, man, and folks not wanting to grasp reality. Where is this fantasy coming from that this game was fixed?
Well, now again, whenever Tom Brady win a Super Bowl, you're gonna have those Tom Brady doubters, haters, non-believers. You know what I'm saying? They got to put it off on something. Same way it went, when Jordan was winning. You know what I mean? Same way when LeBron win. You know what I mean? Like, you gonna hear that. You know what I mean? You're gonna hear that. So no, a lot of it I take with a grain of salt. As Erwin was saying, a few plays could have went either or. But again, they just missed out on a lot of opportunities. Like, they stopped us on the goal line. I swore the whole momentum was gonna change. We went at it 4 plays, trying to run it up the gut. They said no. Ronald Jones, I thought he got in there on live. Man, they showed that replay.
That he wouldn't have got stopped though.
Well, they showed that replay. I was saying
he should have ran for that.
Man, a female looked at me and said, "No, he didn't get that one." And I'm like, "Damn, she saw that." You know what I mean? So don't know nothing about that. Like, you know what I mean? Don't know nothing about the tip of the ball. Just need to hit the you know what I mean? The plane. Yeah. Don't know nothing about that. She's like, "He didn't get that one." Like, I said, "Oh yeah, he didn't get that one." Yeah. But to say is, I swore the momentum was gonna change. They came out, they got a big first down, I think, put them around the 20, 30, somewhere in there, and I thought it was on then. But for some reason, as we keep going back to, they was obsessed with beating us deep.
I don't understand why.
No slant pay. And again, Andy Reid was the guy with the old Shady McCoy, the old what was the line, the running back before him? Mitchell or something? What was his name? Man, I kind of like, but all that Donk Dinkin with him and all them McNabb did, because they didn't have great receivers back then, but they was in the NFC Championship every year. Yeah,
they didn't even play Bell.
Yeah, Westbrook. Yeah, all
Bell
them.
didn't even play.
Yeah, Le'Veon. Exactly.
Le'Veon, he didn't even play.
I don't know what they had going on.
We used to hate, as Dallas Cowboy fans, we hated playing against Andy Reid, because Andy Reid was like, had that West Coast offense.
Yeah, that Dinkin doing.
And the dude, you know, he was just a genius. His football IQ, but just like Sunday, they did not map out the right plan. And it's like they had one plan. I said to myself, even with the defense, I said, is this the same team? Even though we know Cleveland, you don't know how Cleveland go show up. But when the Cleveland that beat Pittsburgh and the Cleveland that played against Dallas with that running attack, and then they come
Nick
down
Charles,
there,
baby.
and they shut down Cleveland. And I was like, I said, well, I might have to give them a little bit of respect, you know, Kansas City, you know.
Cleveland kind of shut themselves down because they only gave the backs to the running back for 12 plays, man. I mean, you know, that's the same argument we have with people talking about Zeke. Zeke get the ball 9 times, and they talking about Zeke need to get traded. How can you run the ball when you only get the ball 9 times?
Exactly. You can't get in no rhythm. Yeah, O-line can't get in rhythm. Yeah, all that play a factor in a run game.
Junior said Bell was hurt too.
Okay.
Yeah, Junior said.
All right.
Bell was
okay.
hurt. Junior said
all
Bell
right, Junior.
was hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, just and see, that's kind of what I said too. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. They didn't have their O-line. They wasn't fully healthy. You know, Mahomes was still coming off his turf toe, his concussion. You know the thing with Andy Reid's son. You know what I mean? Of course, I would have wanted the best Chiefs team. That was a big Super Bowl. You know, I was hyped for it. But it felt good not to go to the fourth quarter shaking, wondering if we was gonna lose. Like to go through the fourth quarter saying, "Oh yeah, you know, we're gonna be champs again." Now that felt good. That felt good. But as a fan of football, I would have liked to see one of those Brady final drives for a field goal to win another Super Bowl.
You for real? I'm gonna tell you the truth. When my team is playing, I wanna obliterate the other team.
Yeah, I want those old
Dallas Cowboys 55-23. That's what I want. Yeah. I want a close game, man. I want a 55-23 blowout and a sausage dog. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me ask you this though, man. Before we get off this podcast, you think JJ Watt coming to Dallas?
Listen, I saw it today, bro, and I can see them spending money on, but we don't have that money. They ain't got no money for JJ Watt. They got a side Dak. Unless JJ Watt take less to come to Dallas.
JJ gonna end up in Pittsburgh on the other side, away from his brother.
And don't say that.
Now I can see that.
But I'm gonna tell you why I said that because
I can see that.
The other defensive end tore his knee near the end of the season, his ACL, so he's not going to be ready at the beginning of the year.
Okay, I can see that.
JJ going to be on the other side of his brother. Why? Pittsburgh got the money. I'm just telling you.
Or he going to take a pay cut and come win one with Brady.
Well, they showed his top five was Dallas, Pittsburgh, Tampa.
Oh, Dallas is on his list?
Yeah, Dallas, Pittsburgh,
Tampa. He wants to stay in Texas.
Oh, well,
Seattle and somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can get that money because you remember how we used to get that. We got that money for Dion. You remember we got that money through Nike. Shoot, we brought Dion down there. It's time we get
for the 49ers, ain't it? Y'all stolen for the 49ers, ain't it?
Yeah, boy. Hey, listen, I know those
guys. He
guys.
just had won a Super Bowl with the 49ers. Yeah. So I can only imagine what Jerry Jones had to promise that man to come down there to Dallas.
Listen, Dion was flying out to play baseball. You know, he flying out to play baseball game, coming in from the baseball game.
Gave up the Jerry Curl and everything.
Yeah, Jerry Curl down, boy. The boy can catch him, got the activator on him. You know,
that's so close.
So, Ricardo, I got a question for you. Me and Cornell were talking before the show. Y'all got some pretty big free agents. What y'all gonna do? Your three wide receivers.
I can understand Godwin want to now go try to be a number one, show the world his real talent and get the ball 10 more times. 12 more times a game because he's a brother. He's a bad man. He can go, and I respect that. But we trying to bring in Odell. Even if not that, man, that's more reps for Scotty Miller. That's more reps for my little young kid, number 18, man. I forgot his name, but that's a bad brother. More reps for Brown because he getting back in more in shape. And that double tight end set, we would start running at the end of the year with OJ coming back. OJ Howard coming back. Cameron Brate had a good year.
OJ want to be showcased though.
Yeah,
he kind of unhappy right now.
Well, I mean, he's hurt. He was hurt. So Cameron Brate did get the second tight end on that double tight end.
Y'all not gonna bring Gronk up? Y'all not gonna bring Gronk back?
Yeah, but Gronk don't care about the regular season. Gronk can let the young boys have their shine. Hey,
so what you gonna do with
Adrian Peterson? Hey, I hear Adrian Peterson call Tom Brady to try to get to Tampa. Man, if we get them three,
and that's what Tom Brady.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do about 58 though? Because he's a bad man. He already said he ain't taking no pay cut. The linebacker, what's his name?
Yeah, David Levante.
Say he ain't taking no pay cut now.
Shaq Barrett. Yeah, no, they gonna franchise tags. Yeah, they say they gonna franchise tag him just to help with the salary, with the cap.
Well, they can tag him.
You see, we franchise ours, and this year he get 37, so he gonna be like my man in Minnesota. He don't have to sign nothing. Keep franchising me.
Yeah,
it go from 31 to 37 to 41. So go ahead, keep franchising me.
Hey, no, but for real, to be honest, I think Tampa just going all in while Brady still playing. Once he leave, they'll deal with being sorry or rebuilding again. I ain't gonna call it sorry, rebuilding as they would say now for the next 10 years again. Because with a lot of the stars are elders, compared to football life. Sue old, he hitting his late 30s. Gronk old compared to football years. Brady old compared to football years. Mike starting to become in the back end of his prime. He spent a lot of his good wide receiver years under Jameson. So you know what I mean? I think they just all in on these next 2 to 3 years. After that, I did. If we can win one more in these next 2 years, yeah, I did with another 10 years of rebuilding. Because to be honest, fella, y'all had good teams. Listening to what y'all talk about, there's been some years y'all had a chance. Man, it's been like for the last 10 years, man. After week 6, we saying maybe next year. As a Tampa fan, James and half us. James
we
have
25 years in, man.
We
25 years in. We're miserable right now.
Yeah,
let's just keep it real. We are miserable.
Hey, but there's been some good years, man. Y'all had the Dez Bryant years. Even the first 2 Zeke years. Man, I ain't had nothing to brag about. You know what I mean? Jameis Winston throwing 30 interceptions, man. And Cornelius always tell me.
Either, because these little cats telling me stuff like, last time Dallas was Super Bowl, it was on VCR tape. It was on VHS. And guess what? I ain't tell them that, but I do have a VHS somewhere. I let that Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl. I let them fuck out VHS. Yeah, I was on VHS. I just be mad. I'd be like, yeah, your daddy had a Jerry curl. Well, I'd be mad with them when they tell me stuff like that. But our big problem is, man, we got like one of the best.
Jerry can't be the GM no more. Jerry can't be the GM no more. He can't be the GM no more.
He's not gonna step.
Carter, you see me rubbing my head, right?
He's not gonna step. Him and his son, see, they both dumb. They drilling oil. You know what I'm saying? You know what they say? Never get a plumber to fix a TV.
Yeah.
You don't get a plumber to fix a TV. You don't want to get no hammer mechanic. He said, hey, what's wrong with my car? I tried the hammer, give me the bigger hammer. And that's what we got going on down there in Dallas. We got Will. I forgot Will's last name, man. I keep forgetting his last name, but he's the guy that selects all the talent, man. But we that management is so important. And you hear Troy Aikman talk about it all the time. Troy come out and he'll say it. He said, that's the way they run their organization. And so, that's his way of throwing it off. Because, they ain't like us. We'll pinpoint it. We'll be like, Gary needs to step down. Then, we get fired next week. Then we want the Black Lives Matter march. But Troy be like, I like the way that they run that Tampa Bay organization over there. And Tampa Bay started, the way Tampa Bay did it, man. When Tampa Bay is just, I got to take my hat off. But I never knew that was the coaching staff till I saw that picture of them the other day. And when I saw that picture of the coaching staff, I said, okay, now I understand.
Yeah, and some females, man.
Yeah. I said, now I understand.
But to be honest, man, what Tampa was able to do this year with Brady was just magical, man. Like, you can't pinpoint one thing because everybody had their time throughout the season that they shine. You know what I mean? It's not like most teams where we're going to lean on these 2 or 3 people throughout the whole season. And they changing this. I mean, they they embodied the new way of how kids play the game now. You know what I mean? They all about clicking up now. You know what I'm saying? Like Irv say, back in the day, we wanted to line up and, you know what I mean? Like, we all had our rivalries back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no rivalries now. They all playing together. You know what I mean? Like, back then, Cleveland, I don't care how sorry they was. They wanted to kill Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Whenever the Cowboys played the Giants, you know what I mean? Lawrence Taylor wanted to take somebody's head off and go sleep with it at night. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was real. Reggie White wanted to kill some Cowboys. You know what I mean? Like, it was real. You know what I mean? So, but now, you know what I mean? It just, like you say, it's just offense now. It's fun. They just want touchdowns. They just want to make it look right and, feel good. Everybody get a participation trophy. We in that era now, We're in that era now.
If Antoinette Rojas is watching this, she hates that participation trophy. She absolutely,
man.
She absolutely hates that trophy, man.
You ain't earned that trophy? Cornell,
that trophy, man.
You used to be proud to bring a trophy home and put it in your mama or your grandma's living room.
Man, listen,
you know they don't throw no trophies away, Cornell.
Listen. Back in the day, I was very, very arrogant. I remember we used to do rap music. I remember we get a third place trophy. I don't want no third place trophy, man. Man, that made me mad. We were mad because it was third place. I said, boy, we do a third place trophy. My whole boy too. I said, I'll come back home, show that boy third place trophy. The boy pulled it on me all day, boy. I didn't want it. But hey, the DJ took it. The DJ took it home. And I saw it the other day. I said, we kept that old third place trophy. A little memorabilia, but no, we don't want no third place trophy. And when the lady was giving it to us, man, we ain't even had no manners, but we even like, thank you, man. We really appreciate the third place trophy. Had no speech. Keep that third place trophy. Man, don't buy no third place trophy.
Corner, you crazy boy.
Irv, you know that's how we grew up, man. You know what most call is number one and nothing. You don't tell your kids that, because you say sportsmanship is important. Hey, it's important to be a good sport. But what we're thinking about? Listen, we can't even play Madden and be losing. My homeboy, I beat him in the last couple seconds of Madden one night. Man, I was the Miami Hurricanes. Bruce Black is watching this. I was the Canes and Bruce was I think Texas, and he was beating me the whole game. Man, last play of the game, I intercepted the ball, took it all the way back, and hey, I beat him. Man, I said, Bruce, man, you want me to give you a ride home? He said, nah, man, I'll walk. I knew exactly what he was talking about, bro. He ain't come back to my house for a while either.
But Cornell, here's my question though. Why did he throw the ball if he was winning with 2 in the last second of the game? He's trying to embarrass you?
Huh? Oh yeah. Yeah. I couldn't do nothing on him the whole time. And so he wanted to run the score up. But see, I set him up now. I put the old Matt that set up on him because I was like, yeah, you can run that clock up, but I bet you won't throw that ball. He was like, I'll throw the ball on you. I'll throw the ball on you all day. I said, okay, let's see. He threw the ball. The only thing I can remember, that Miami Hurricane man step up. And you know how you freeze when you get the interception. He froze. Let you know. I'm from Miami, and we got speed. My man took off. Bruce could say that, but Bruce was hurt, bro. Junior stepped back and Junior said he came to spice the show up. Junior Dunk is supposed to be my friend, bro.
He said he's trying to get it. He said the link ain't working.
Yeah, he said he's back in now. He said he came to spice the show up. Boy, I tell you what, that Junior Dunk is a trip, boy. But yeah, man.
And tell Junior I need some of that Virginia sausage. I came home year before last, and we all ended up at Junior house. Me, Daryl, Randy Scott. I mean, it was old school reunion. And Junior went in the freezer and pulled out some sausage from some place in Virginia and put that stuff on the grill. Tommy Vandergraaf. Listen, man, we were fighting to get to the grill, bro.
Junior ain't no joke, bro. Junior made that grill smoke, bro. Hey, listen, Junior, hey, he's very hospitable now. He treat you good. Just don't do nothing wrong, bro. The boys will hold it on you, bro. They gonna hold it on you, bro. They'll crack on you, bro. Hey, Carter, we gotta get you out there in the country, man.
Yeah, man.
We gotta get you out there in the country, bro.
Carter, where you at in Georgia?
From Augusta.
Oh, okay. Oh, you live in Augusta? You in Augusta now?
No, I'm back in Carolina now, a little past Moncks Corner. There, and I'm out there in Bono now.
Oh, okay.
You in Bono?
Yeah, I'm out your way, man.
Man, you gotta be kidding. I thought you somewhere in Tennessee or something like that.
No, man, I don't circle back around, man. I don't circle the wagon. Hey, I don't circle the wagon.
All right, look, don't drive fast. The boy will tell you, right?
Not in Bono.
Not in Bono. Fast in Bono, boy.
Hell no.
No, don't drive fast out there.
No, hey, behind the tree on 52.
Listen, that wasn't even a town one time. They had one thing out there. Now they built everything off tickets.
Hey, but check this out. I love it, man. Coming from the inner city, that's how I tell people where I'm from. I say, bro, ain't no stoplights. They're like, man, you stay somewhere where ain't no stoplight?
Oh, yeah,
I said, no stoplight. No stoplight.
But there's blue lights. But never forget that.
The flashing light.
I mean, I was
that's the start light, huh?
Man came in traffic court with his pajamas on. Talk trash to the judge. I said, that cat done mess everybody up, bro. He got the judge mad. I went and tried to crack a joke with the judge. The judge didn't even smile. The judge said, Mr. Johnson, why were you driving fast? Why were you speeding? I know I'm going to have to pay this whole ticket. Junior said he got a fresh shipment of that Virginia sausage. So if anybody's watching this show and you need some Virginia sausage, hit up Junior Duncan and Mount Scarner. Junior said, man, don't be telling nobody hit me up for this sausage. You know what's gonna happen now?
He said he got a fresh shipment on Irv. No, the hell he don't. I got a fresh shipment on Junior. I'm a visitor. I'm a visitor.
Oh, he said he got it on there.
He had to correct that.
No.
But man, listen, I appreciate y'all so much, man. The great wide receiver from Berkeley High School class of 1983 championship team, Irvin Seabrook. Yeah, that's right. And also the great Ricardo Roberts, Georgia Bulldog, Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. So I don't know what happened to Larry Gibbs tonight. Larry Gibbs must be knocked up so bad. Larry, your brother is on tonight. Your Tampa Bay brother is on. So his wife was on there talking big trash. You know what happened? Hey, I was picking Tampa Bay, and she punched me in the mouth. She said, "Don't worry, Dallas ain't gonna be there." So I said, "All right." You know, I don't forget nothing. Now you know that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Ricardo. Me and Cornell, Mad Bam, Junior Duncan, you're welcome to come too. If this pandemic stuff is over, next year we're gonna be in Tampa.
All right.
Larry already got it. I was there 3 years ago when we went down there and ended up at the Bacardi tailgate for free. Larry had a little small grill set up next to him, and all of a sudden he was giving tickets to all us. And they had everything from lamb to fried turkey wings. I mean,
you gotta tell Larry. Hey, I got to meet Larry in person. Then he sounds
Larry,
all right.
man, listen,
I'm just telling you, we all gonna be down there.
I'm gonna throw this game, man, for all the church people watching. I ain't going for the Bacardi now.
Right. We gotta clean that up for Cornell. We gotta clean it up for Cornell. Reverend Johnson ain't gonna be down there for the rum.
You know,
we will have a power to get for Reverend Johnson.
All there talking about going and down to Georgia and getting that Bacardi. God who God was. He got a podcast. Now he ain't who Jesus is. He need to get saved. You have salvation, Rab.
So Cornell, we're gonna have in 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, the preseason show maybe 2 Fridays from now for 2021.
Okay,
everybody come on and
let's do it, man. We'll have the preseason show. We see if we can't, Cardo, you come back. We get Dan Matt. We see if we can't get Coach Gooden to come back. And Coach Gooden said we keep him too long the other night because he was ready to eat dinner. So he was in there smelling that food, boy. So Coach said, I don't know. He keep me long. I said, I can't keep Coach that long. Yeah, they was trying to tell Coach about some things from Junior and Hardrick was going at it. So Hardrick trying to tell Coach or Junior, we 50. And he tried to tell Coach or Junior. You know, I said, give Coach a break now. We got Coach on the show. I said, Coach got to smell his butter beans and rice. And you So yeah, 2 weeks, y'all. If you're viewing, we're gonna do that. That preseason show, like Irv said, and Junior Duncan said he's in to go to Tampa. So yeah, man, we'll go to Tampa. And Junior said boo when we was I was giving y'all the chairs earlier. You know, Junior said boo, and I guess he was saying that for Tampa Bay. You know, but yeah, man, this show has been a lot of fun.
I'm proud of you too, man. I had a good time.
We had like about 8 people supposed to come. Ain't none of them come. I guess they home watching now. You know,
well, they knew the real good football knowledge guys was gonna be on, so they might have got a little nervous. You know, we don't say things like one team gonna win 15 years in a row and sound like the Trumpers and talking about the game is rigged and they still gonna live by that for the next 3 months. We need to play the game over. We need to check a flag. They wore the wrong shoes. You know, all the excuses.
Hey, and then he came on the show and Hodrick said, if Tampa Bay wins, the game is rigged. You remember that?
Sure did. That was the first thing you got. He sure did.
Wins, it's rigged. So you know, my aunt said, well, first they said election. Now they tried to say Tampa Bay, the Super Bowl was rigged. Let me have something. I know football ain't like wrestling. I didn't say wrestling either. I call it what we used to call it, wrestling. It ain't like wrestling. Now. I know better than that. Come on, man. Football is football. You can't get everybody in on it, man. You know? That's right. So we're going to leave you with that little set right there. Cardo, I can't mess with Cardo, bro, because Cardo had me laughing all night, bro. But, hey, we're so thankful for Junior, for Irvin, for Cardo, for Junior, for Tyrone, all of you out there. Hey, man, until next time.
Hey, Cornell.